Hello and welcome to a quick look at Resident Evil Darkside Chronicles. Resident Evil Darkside Chronicles was originally released on the Wii in 2009. It tells the story of the relationship between Leon S. Kennedy and Jack Krauser when they were friends before they were enemies in Resident Evil 4. It shows what went wrong on the mission to turn them into enemies. It also tells you the stories of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil Code Veronica. There's not as many secret scenarios as there was in the Umbrella Chronicles in this game. And there's also unlockable costumes for certain characters. I think you can unlock Leon and Krauser's Resident Evil 4 attires. Everything options wise is pretty much the same as it was in Thing. There's a few new options, I think. I know it is all pretty much the same actually. And there's the only new thing I can see is reload adjustment. You can use all the same controller setups before. This one had more of a Survivor feel with the DualShock controller. It felt like Resident Evil Survivor. It was still a little bit fiddly, but it wasn't too bad on this one. I don't believe there was an auto aim. I couldn't see one come up, or I didn't see anything about it. Yet again, there are easy, hard, and normal options, difficulty, sorry.
T-virus has practically collapsed, and no cases involving BOWs have been reported since the Raccoon City incident. According to information we recently retrieved, a former Umbrella researcher contacted a man by the name of Javier Hidalgo in a small South American country. Javier, an ex-drug lord with political ties, disappeared shortly thereafter.
Like Umbrella Chronicles, you can choose between your character. Yet again, there's various different characters. It mainly is Leon and Claire and Krauser. I think, and Chris does make an appearance, and Steve Burnside from Code Veronica. This story is set in 2002. This is the main story.
Javier Hidalgo, a man equally famous for his extravagant lifestyle. Following his sudden disappearance, we found out that he had attempted to approach Umbrella. Just what are you up to now, Javier?
So, you think BOWs actually exist? Oh, wait. You said you faced him before, huh?
This is my first mission with Krauser. He's a soldier with the U.S. Special Operations Command, and has quite the resume of accomplishments in the field. But to him, after all he's been through, BOWs, cryptid, they're all the same.
Our guide is in the village up ahead. He'll take us to Amparo, where Javier is hiding out. Come on, let's move.
I personally found this game a lot more cutscene driven. As well, it's not as most of the talking's done in like cutscenes. It's not done during the action.
Where is everyone?
And also, I didn't think the visuals didn't seem that much different from the Wii version. It didn't look as it didn't look HD, and Krauser looked a little bit weird on the HD version. The PlayStation 3 version, I mean, sorry. I personally found this game the better out of the two on the Wii. It's pretty much the same again.
It's more than just girls that have gone missing.
I mean, also the screen jumping, that is not in the game, that is my DVD recorder, so I do apologise for that. But with gameplay wise, it is better than the Umbrella Chronicles. Visually wise, I'm not so sure. I mean, as I think I might have said in the Umbrella Chronicles quick look at, that my DVD player won't do it justice because I can't get it to go in HD, which is a shame. I can get high quality and that's about it.
Like a battlefield.
Battlefield.
Yeah. Like death. Felix hurt. Hey, you okay? What happened here?
Krauser, wait.
Yeah, what?
Something's not right with this guy.
And this game I found a little bit harder than the Umbrella Chronicles. That was the same in the Wii, I believe.
So this is what Umbrella's virus
But I liked that challenge about it. And for those who didn't like the screen shake in the Wii version, I'm afraid to say that's back in this version. Headshot's a little bit more graphic in this version as well. But the visual, like you can see the guns reloading and stuff like that, which I thought made you feel like you were in the game a little bit more. Also, the Resident Evil 2 part of the game had a really great atmosphere about it. I really enjoyed that part of it in the Wii version, and it's the same in this version as well. I haven't looked too much at the other levels, so the visuals might get better in those, but at the moment they didn't look great. The file and archive system's still in. Also, shooting objects obtains you money to upgrade your weapons. The upgrade system's a lot different in this game. Also, you can see your partner character, which you couldn't in the Umbrella Chronicles. Also, your partner character can get attacked, as you're seeing here, which adds more tension in the game, which obviously that's what Resident Evil's always been about. And that's something I felt was a lot better about this game compared to the Umbrella Chronicles. The Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil Code Veronica have the original locations. Nothing's been changed about them, like the Resident Evil 3 had Outbreak. Because I originally thought that might be because Outbreak was on PlayStation 2 and Resident Evil 3 was on PlayStation 1. But then I thought, well, Resident Evil 2 was on PlayStation 1, so...
Let's keep moving.
Also changing, I think I might have said this actually, I'm not sure, I'll just say it again just to make sure I've said it. Changing, depending on what character you have, doesn't really impact the story that much. I think it's just different handguns, that kind of thing. There's no different like in health bars or anything like that. No, there's no items in this game, so that's not obviously going to be a factor. Like the Umbrella Chronicles, and as you come to expect with PlayStation 3 games, there are trophies. Some of them I think are quite difficult. I think you have to get a lot of S ranks, which as long as you just take your time and hit a lot of objects shouldn't be too much of a problem.
These things are hiding everywhere, huh?
Actually, I think there might be one for completing a lot of all the levels on hard. I could be wrong on that. Hard, it takes a lot of getting used to, and once you've upgraded your weapons, because I think you can upgrade the pistol in this one as well, which you can't do in the Umbrella Chronicles. But like the Umbrella Chronicles, you can have a weapon, you can select your weapon set out and that kind of thing.
Look, a snake tattoo.
But yeah, I like how they've, because in Umbrella Chronicles, the Jill and Chris shutting down Umbrella thing was like the last chapter, but with this, it's the main chapter, and like the other chapters tie in with it, where Leon's sharing his memories with Krauser.
Water keeps rising. This looks like Javier's doing. Son of a bitch must have opened the water gate.
You
Also as well, you'll see in a minute, they do have the system where you can push the move button to choose which way you want to go. That's still, I think, changes which way you can get files, so there might be 1 or 2 playthroughs of the level needed to get all the files.
Hey, what was that? Let's find out.
Personally, I found the weapon changing system a lot harder on here. Each weapon's mapped to 1 button, so like triangle I think's the Uzi handgun. I think that's what you call it, that's a machine gun. I think X was the shotgun, and I think triangle, did I say triangle? Might have been square as the pistol, something like that. But each weapon was a different button, which was kind of confusing because you were used, but that's because you're used to, if you would have played Darkside first, that wouldn't have been a problem. That's just something I thought I'd share with you there, but it's not something to judge the game on. These fishes are very annoying to defeat because they're so small, and the knife, it does pick a few of them off, but it's not as effective as you'd like it to be. And the first aid spray system is pretty much as it was in the Umbrella Chronicles, nothing new there. Like the Umbrella Chronicles, it's bundled together, so, but they will be releasing these separately, as I said before, if you haven't seen my Umbrella Chronicles. And the price in the UK it's $21.99, in America it's $26.99. If you have you're a PlayStation Plus member, it's a 10% discount.
That girl. Girl? What girl? She brought devils to this village. She escaped from Javier's mansion. I helped her, but then she... Javier's mansion? Wait, where is she now? Hey! Shit, he's gone. He said she escaped from Javier's mansion.
Yeah. You think it was one of those missing girls?
The sacred snakes traffic organs on the black market. Could have something to do with one of them, yeah. According to our report, there was no conclusive evidence linking the two, but, I think we'll need to track down that girl to find out for sure.
Well, now that our guide is dead, she could be our only chance to find Javier's mansion. There should be a boat over by the church. Let's check it out.
I think out of the two, this game has a really great story to it. So I think that alone is worth buying it. But as I said with the Umbrella Chronicles, there's nothing much difference between this and the Wii version. So if you already own the Wii version, there's not really much point in buying this version, I'm afraid to say. And it's great for PlayStation 3 owners if they don't have the games. For Wii, if you have a Wii and already own these games, then... I mean, if you do have a Wii and don't own these games and you have a PlayStation 3, I think you'd be better off getting them on the PlayStation 3, personally, because, as I said in the Umbrella Chronicles quick look at, and they're very hard to get hold of now. I think, like, internet is the only real way to get them. I mean, if you don't have access to the internet, well, obviously you won't be able to download it, so that's a silly thing to get into. I mean, if I mean, some people don't have a credit card, and so if you're in that situation, it's very hard to get. I mean, you can buy PlayStation Network cards and download it. So, I mean, that's if that's just I'm trying to outline the situation, and the best way around it. I mean, I didn't have a lot of problems with the Wii remote on this, so I can't say anything's really changed. But Move does work really well with this one again, as I said in the Umbrella Chronicles review. I call them a quick look at, but they're just reviews, so I'm just going to say review. It's easy to say.
There's nothing in here.
Don't speak so soon. I loved that because I remembered when I think when he first said it, I was like, I bet someone will pop up now, and it did. But I do like how you can see your character and they do get attacked because it just really does add a lot of tension. And the frog hunters from Resident Evil 3 are back as well. And they appear in I think all of the scenarios. I'm not sure about Code Veronica. They definitely appear in 3 in the sewers. 2 in the sewers, sorry. I'm getting my Resident Evil mixed up there. But yeah, I really enjoy this, prefer this game. Enjoyed it more than the Umbrella Chronicles. They're both great games, but I do prefer this one. I think it has more, as I said, a lot more tension and atmosphere to it than the Umbrella Chronicles did. I think the Umbrella Chronicles did have a good, yeah, obviously it had a good atmosphere, but I think this one has a stronger element of that than the Umbrella Chronicles. When I say atmosphere, I'm sort of thinking like it just. What I mean by that is it sort of makes you feel like you're there. That's what I meant. Also a new feature. It's not like an outstanding feature. It's just a new thing that's in this one that's not in the Umbrella Chronicles is environmental shooting. Like you'll be prompted to shoot a certain part of the building, and then it'll come down and damage the enemy. You'll be seeing that during the boss fight shortly. I find these frog hunters very annoying, especially when there's a bulk of them like this. You'll notice in a minute I sort of start panic, firing, just like trying to go mad. It just doesn't pay off. I actually broke a Wii gun by panicking once. I pulled the trigger a bit hard. It was very poorly made anyway, so, but yeah. Well, the moved gun I've got has got a really good trigger on it, so hopefully that won't be happening. For watching this cutscene, you actually get a trophy.
Protect you from the dark. Our great river will watch you as you dream until
Leon.
dawn. Sleep, my love, close your eyes.
As the game goes on, you'll find out why that creature is calm when hearing that song. The trophy should come up shortly. There you go. This boss I found quite easy. It wasn't hard at all. Nice introductory boss, really. And this is pretty much coming to the end of this video now. So just to sum up, I think this is an absolutely enjoyable game. Something I forgot to add earlier was the sound is a lot better. The guns sound better, which yeah, again adds to the atmosphere, feeling like you're in the game. And as you can see, I've nearly beat the boss already. But yeah, it's a really great game. If you don't like the look of Umbrella Chronicles and like the look of this one more, they are, as I said, they're going to release it. So thank you for watching this video. If there's anything I haven't answered or looked at that you would like to know about, do feel free to leave me a comment and I will try my best. Well, I will get back to you. I don't, as I said, I don't get a lot of comments in my other review, the Chronicles review. So yeah, just leave a comment and I will try my. Well, I'm not going to say try my best. I will get back to you on that. So thank you again. Here you can see the environmental shooting. That'll finish off the creature, I believe. Yeah, that finishes it off. I'm going to say it again. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, well, there's no more reviews. I've got a lot of stuff coming up this week, actually. A lot of videos backlog, so I'll be getting those done. So hopefully you'll join me for those. And yeah, thank you again. I know I've said it 4 times now.